Hey everybody, this is Steve here, and today I'm glad to welcome you to the first episode of the InnoCraft Advent Calendar. In the InnoCraft Advent Calendar, I will teach you a little redstone component, a little building trick, or how to use redstone in general in 24 episodes that will come out every day until Christmas. So let's begin with the first episode. So in the first episode, we'll take a look at the redstone lamp, the redstone dust, and the basic input devices. So let's begin with the redstone lamp. The redstone lamp is a pretty basic output device. It basically has two states. The off state, that's the state in that it is right now, and the on state. You can achieve this state by powering the lamp. For example, you can place a lever on it and power it, or you can power the block next to it. Powering the block next to it also means that you can power a lamp next to it, because a lamp is also a solid block. And that's basically how you can power a lamp. So that's it for the lamp, so let's continue with redstone dust. So redstone dust is basically a wire. You can place it, it will connect to other redstone dusts or to power sources. It can transfer power up to 15 blocks. After 15 blocks there won't be any power anymore, and you can refresh this power by using a repeater. Redstone dust can ascend one block at a time. It can be cut off by placing a block at the edge of another block, like this. A basic input device is basically a device that you can power, and with that you can give power to a circuit, and the basic input device always outputs a signal strength of 15. For example, the lever is a basic input device. It has two states, the off state, that's the state in that it is right now, and the on state. You can achieve this by flicking the lever once. It will output a signal of 15, and you can unpower it again by clicking it. It will unflick and stop the power from coming out. The only way to power a lever is manually, so there is no way to automate the process of powering a lever. The lever also powers the block on that it is on right now. So for example, I can place a lever on this block, and this block will power the line. I can also place a block on top of the redstone, place a lever on top, and it will still power this underneath. So basically everything that is under, at the side, or on this block can get power. I can also, for example, power this block here, and it will power the redstone. The wooden button works almost the same as the lever. There are only two differences. The first is, if you power it, it will unpower a couple seconds after. And the second difference is that you can also power it by shooting an arrow at it. Then it will stay powered until you remove the arrow. The stone button works almost the same as the wooden button, just the pulse that it gives is a little bit shorter than the wooden button, and the arrow won't affect the stone button at all. From the powering, the pressure plate works the same as a lever or a button. The pressure plate will power itself and the block beneath it. A pressure plate is basically to detect if a player or something else walks over. The wooden pressure plate can be activated by a player, a mop, an arrow, or any item laying on top of it. So the last thing we'll take a look in this episode is the stone pressure plate. The stone pressure plate does almost the same as the wooden pressure plate, but there is basically the same difference than from the wooden button to the stone button. So it can still detect if a player walks over, or if a mob is standing on it, but it can't detect if an item is laying on top of it, or if an arrow is landing on it. So that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Steve, and I'm going to see you tomorrow at day 2.